The strongest Battlegrounds just updated, and with their new update, they comfortably sit at 400,000 concurrent players. TSB has always been the biggest Battlegrounds game on Roblox, and it's inspired a plethora of copycats along the way. With so many Battlegrounds games on the platform, it can be a daunting task trying to find new or unique Battlegrounds games to pass the time. And in my quest of doing so, I came across this hidden gem. So let's get started. Gem Venture is a Battlegrounds game set in the world of Steven Universe, and although the Steven Universe fandom can be a little bit... Don't let that distract you from the absolute masterpiece that this game is. Not only is this game unique because it is the first of its kind, a Steven Universe fighting game, but it also manages to beautifully captivate all of the nuances and abilities that come with the territory of Crystal Gem combat. The amount of passion poured into this game is extremely evident as soon as you load it up. Right now, you are watching a custom cutscene that they have made for the beginning of their game. Now, this cutscene only shows up for new players, so I did have to hop on an alt account to record this little segment, but basically, it's just a brief introduction into the universe of this game, because you are going to start off as two characters, Steven and Ruby, and this little cutscene perfectly ties in how you end up as these two characters. You're not just haphazardly thrown in there and expected to do whatever you want. This game actually attempts to give you some sort of narrative behind your actions, and these efforts do not go unnoticed, as the Roblox games that try to keep any sort of coherent story within their game are very few and far between. And this game doesn't really shove anything down your throat, it just gives you a brief cutscene of exposition and lets you jump right into the game. I also really love this game's art direction and UI style because it's very refreshing to see Roblox devs put this much effort into their user interface. The star transition that shows up whenever you switch between characters, the custom drawn icons for each of the characters that you can fight as. The way this game presents itself, not only in its user interface but in its gameplay aspects as well, is one of the main things that drew me into it. If you were to tell me that in 2024, a Battlegrounds game made by a small team of developers wasn't a blatant cash grab and had custom rigs, models, and animations for each one of the characters in their cast, as well as having little to no game passes and essentially no pay-to-win monetization system, I wouldn't believe you. Now, while this game does technically have pay-to-win stuff in it, you can buy currency, you can buy a game pass that lets you progress twice as fast. These are more for convenience than they are to actually get a competitive advantage in the game, because frankly every single character in the game, including both of the starter characters, are incredibly good, and the monetization in this game is more for convenience than it is for a competitive advantage, and I think that's why I like the game as much as I do. It feels like a passion project more than it feels like a business venture. I have obtained every single character in the game through their gacha system without spending a dime, and all I did was redeem the codes that the developers already gave us, as well as played around a little bit to earn some of the new currency. And with how fun and fluid the combat feels to actually play, it doesn't feel like a chore having to grind out coins to get more packs. You can also use coins to buy a limited edition skin, and the fact that they let players earn it for free instead of just forcing them to buy it with Robux, love that. Gem Ventures currently has 6 playable characters as of its release, those being Ruby, Sapphire, Steven, Pearl, Peridot, and Rose Quartz. Each of these characters providing a unique gameplay style that beautifully meshes into the style of another character. That's something else that I really enjoy about the combat. If you look on the right side of my screen, I am allowed to swap between 2 different gems. You can have 2 characters equipped at a time and you can swap between them. I really like this because the kit for one character might heavily favor the kit for another character, and you can pull off some really fun combo moves like popping the ultimate on one character while they're stunned. You can swap gems and then switch to your heavy damage dealing combo. It's just one of those little things that you discover while playing the game yourself that feels really rewarding to do. And figuring out the different combinations between which gems synergize the best and which combos can deal the most damage is really fun to me. The game also has some really cool execution animations that trigger whenever you use one of your special moves on an opponent that has low health. Right now, I'll be playing some of my favorite ones on the screen, and I'm not sure if every single character has this, but whenever you pull this off in the middle of a fight, it is just really, really mesmerizing to watch the cutscene happen, and you can't get interrupted in the cutscene, which is really nice. That's a quality of life change that I've seen other games not implement, where when you're in the middle of your cutscene, people can interrupt you. That pisses me off, and I'm glad that that's not a thing in this game. You sort of just enter your own little instance with your opponent and you watch the animation play out. That's just a little tidbit that I wanted to talk about in the video. Let's talk about the other systems that are within the game. If you like gambling, this game might be for you, because they have a gacha system that you have to use in order to obtain all of the characters in the game. And the reason that I don't have an issue with this one, as opposed to the gacha systems in most other Roblox games, is that the rates are incredibly fair. No character in this game is a under 1% or a 0.25% chance to get. Every single character is like maybe a 4% chance at the lowest to get. Like, sure, there are characters that are more common than others, but they kind of have to do that. It'd be pretty lame if they made everything the exact same rarity. It's nice to have some characters that are a little rarer than the others, just so it's more rewarding when you actually summon. But number one, every character in this game is viable, so even if you have a rare character, you can still get absolutely dog-walked by a starter character if you don't know what you're doing. Number two, like I said, the rates are really, really good. And number three, it is really easy to obtain these packs for free. You can either get coins by fighting players, or you can buy them, or you can just wait for codes. I didn't buy any. All I did was redeem some codes, kill some players, and in an hour or so of playtime, I was able to obtain all 6 characters. As you fight more people with a specific gem, your gem level will start to increase, and with this level you earn skill points that you can use to spec into your specific gem's skill tree. Currently there is no way to reset this for free, and you will have to pay 40 Robux. I haven't found myself needing to reset anything. You can go with whatever you want. It's not going to change your gameplay too drastically. I do like the fact that there is a little skill tree system, because it, number one, rewards players for grinding on a specific character, which is basically unheard of in Battlegrounds games. The only quote-unquote progression you would have in a Battlegrounds game is more kills, I guess, and more coins to buy more emotes. That's really the only 2 reward systems that come to mind. In this game, you can actually make your characters stronger, literally. You can make them do more damage, have more health, be faster, and although this can be a bit of a double-edged sword, because it would mean that a new player could basically get dog-walked by someone that has a higher level gem than them, I haven't really noticed that to be an issue too much. Even when I'm fighting players that I know are higher level than me because I have 20 kills and they have over 100, I still find myself doing more than enough damage to kill them anyway. So I don't know, we'll have to wait to see how that plays out. I do like the skill tree system, or the stat point system. There we go. Let's move on. There are 2 nitpicks that I have with the game currently. The first one being, this game does go by hit stun combat. So if someone gets you in an M1, they will basically land a 70% damage combo without you being able to do anything about it, because this game has no evasives. I can see how some people might find that annoying. The second one is that this game's VFX, although extremely cool and really nice to look at, can be kind of overbearing at times. The only specific example I can think of this are the down slam attacks with Rose Quartz. Whenever she slams down her sword, like, there's just pink particles all over my screen. I can't even see what's going on. So if they could ever add an option to disable VFX or lower it a little bit, that'd be amazing. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate that. All in all, is this game better than the strongest Battlegrounds? Well, obviously that's subjective. The title was just to make you click on the video, but I hope that you enjoyed learning more about this game, and I hope that you go out to try it yourself, because I really think you'd be doing yourself a disservice to not try out this game, especially for how criminally underrated it is. And with all that being said, that's going to be it from me. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Gem Ventures, link is in the description. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and we'll catch you in the next one.